story there. Let's move on to matters education. Beneath Kenya's push for universal education and 100% transition, a troubling reality is emerging. Thousands of learners are disappearing from the system before reaching key assessment levels, exposing widening cracks in retention and access. New data from the Kenya National Examinations Council shows that while early enrollment remains high, sustaining learners through the education pipeline is becoming an increasing challenge, with over 151,000 learners unaccounted for by grade 9. Musungu with the details.
Recent data from the Kenya National Examination Council reveals a concerning trend, a drop in transition. Only 88.17% of learners transitioned from grade 3 to grade 9, where formal assessments begin. This leaves 151,691 learners unaccounted for, raising urgent concerns about retention, access and systematic gaps within the education pipeline. Tracking the current grade 10 cohort reveals a troubling decline. In grade 3, 1,282,150 learners sat the Kenya Early Years Assessment (KEA). By grade 6, only 1,253,577 took KPSEA assessment, a drop of around 28,573 learners. 3 years later, just 1,130,459 learners sat the KPSEA assessment, leaving a staggering 123,118 learners missing and exposing deep cracks in learning retention.
The transition is not very encouraging. We still had some learners who are not transiting.
A similar pattern emerged last year. Of the 1,306,992 learners who sat the grade 3 assessment 3 years earlier, only 1,266,521 reached grade 6 to take the KPSEA assessment. While this reflects 96.9% transition rate, it still leaves a notable gap of 40,471 learners missing, highlighting persistent challenges in retaining learners across basic education cycle.
We have achieved 98% transition from junior to senior. And we are working towards 100% as promised.
The findings presented during the 3rd Annual Education Assessment Symposium by NEC paint a complex picture of a system that is achieving near universal access to early stages but struggling to sustain both participation and quality learning outcomes through to grade 9. As learners transition from one grade to another, transition rate is quietly decreasing. Now begs the question, where exactly are the more than 100,000 learners who sat for assessments in grade 3 but did not manage to sit for assessments during their KPSEA assessment? And Musungu, KTN, Nairobi.